You know it's episode... Okay.
We're on 50.
You know what I was just telling PJ, guys? We're on episode 50 of the Split Decision podcast. That's right. We have made it to half a century. And for such a special occasion, PJ, would you say it requires a special guest?
I would say so. I agree.
That's right. We got a special guest today. First time guest on the podcast. But guys, make no mistakes. This guy knows his stuff. We are talking about the one, the only, the notorious Omar Jackson Jr.
Appreciate you guys for having me, man. Just want to say first and foremost, this is a very big thing for me. I really appreciate you guys bringing me on the podcast. And yeah, I look up to you guys a lot. And yeah, like I said, thanks for having me.
Look up is nice.
Appreciate
Look up,
it.
No one's ever. I don't think anyone's ever.
I'm not sure anyone looks up to me, but
big bros for me, big bros for sure. So I appreciate you guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, big bros because you and PJ. Well, first of all, Omar, me and you, we date back to since you were basically in diapers from what I can.
Yeah, I mean, I basically say family. I mean, Chant knew your mama, and then brother, I've called you my cousin, bro. I know we're not blood related, but to me, you're family, brother, so you know what it is, gang.
I know what it is, gang. I don't even know. I don't even know what ethnicity you are sometimes. Are you allowed to say the N-word? That's my... I don't know. But yeah, me and Omar, we go way, way back. And then PJ, I know you have a relationship that stems from basketball with Omar, correct?
yeah. I mean, I was was I a senior when you were a freshman or a sophomore?
Sophomore when you were a senior, so 2 years ahead of me. Yeah, bro, definitely looked up to you, bro. Just very tenacious player you were, bro. You remind me of like a Pat Beverly almost. I tried to play with as much tenacity as you, but ultimately was never able to get to varsity. But yeah, bro, definitely big ups to Mr. PJ Katana. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't worry, Omar. We'll cut that part out. You're varsity and
I
was just kidding, bro. I was just kidding. No, that's crazy. PJ was Mr. Fundamental. I played a little ball.
Man, bro. I was there, bro. I was.
Hey, when you don't got the skill, you gotta make up for it here and here.
Well, I was your main sparring partner for a little bit back in high school.
Yeah.
I used to have work for the athletic department 8th period. And I remember you would come in before the basketball games.
That's right. Oh my god! I'm not gonna lie. I fully thought you were pulling something out of your ass.
No,
You're actually being serious.
We used to play ones, bro. I'm dog shit at basketball, but I had some good defense.
No, I literally thought you were bullshitting. I didn't realize you were actually being serious. But yeah, no, that was cool.
But back to the guest of the day here, Omar.
Appreciate it.
I know growing up, we talked about a lot of things, and MMA, boxing, combat sports. That definitely was not one of them. I don't know at what point. I know what point it turned for me, and that was all the way back with Cowboy versus Connor in January 2020. I think that was the same kind of event around the time that you got into it, PJ.
Yeah, I would say so.
Now, what about for you? What was your? Is there an event you can point to? A moment, a fighter? What kind of got you into the sport?
I mean, I feel like I always knew of the UFC. I mean, everybody knew Conor McGregor and stuff like that. But, I mean, I didn't really get into it, per se until, I want to say, what pay-per-view was Jamal versus Glover? Did that start the first pay-per-view of last year in January? Or am I tripping?
No, 270 or 280 something.
I want to say
around there.
283.
I tuned in, and I'm just like, bro, this sport is just so raw. I mean, there's basketball and stuff like that, but I'm just like, bro, this shit is amazing, bro.
That's crazy.
And I always like Khabib and stuff like that. And I remember UFC 280. What was the Volk one? Volk and Islam, the double champ. Was that 280?
That was 284, I think. I think I was right after.
Yeah,
no, 294. 294. Excuse me.
Yeah, I had money on him, and I remember watching the fight in my car, bro, and it was, bro, like, that was really, like, the first fight I want to say, sat and watched down, and, bro, with how legendary of a fight that was, bro, like, you can't get any better than that whole time, bro, so I say that, bro, 284, and, yeah, bro, it just, ever since then, just been, all into it, bro, for sure. All other sports, bro, they're cool, but UFC, bro, it's just...
it's one of
UFC's life. Not the glaze, UFC's life right now, but I can't lie to you guys.
Man, well, I'm surprised to hear that 283 was the kind of the first one that you could think of watching, because, I mean, the way I've talked to you about it before in the past, I know we text back and forth whenever there's some big fights coming around. You definitely talk like somebody who's been around or been knowledgeable of the sport for a while, so... That's what's up, bro. You got acclimated very quickly.
I had to, but I had to catch up. You know what I mean, bro? Like, don't know, bro. Just I feel like you just love something so much, bro. You just gotta research, bro. Gotta research.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a betting man, so I feel like when you're a bettor, like you're gonna have to know some knowledge, but you're gonna have to
Definitely.
Google UFC some stats and shit, and kind of just caught up to me, bro. And I'm pretty locked in now, so appreciate it though, brother.
I know somewhere you and PJ might disagree in sort of your viewpoints of the UFC. I know you're big on the Islams of the world, the Khabibs,
that's my guy.
the Dagestanis. He's very. I see his Instagram stories, and there's a lot of Chechens, Dagestanis.
I mean, they're sick. I mean, I'm not a big fan of them. That doesn't mean I don't respect them, and I'm not at least a little fan of them. They're cool. They're great for the sport. So,
who are your who would you say are your top 5 active in the UFC right now? Top 5 favorites.
My top 5 favorites, or like who I think is top 5
favorites.
Your favorites. Like, who are you sitting down? You gotta watch them whenever they're about to fight.
I don't want to get casual on you, but one, Islam Makhachev.
Mm-hmm.
But not Makhachev, Makhachev. You have to know that. You have to know
I was gonna say you're not a real fan if you don't say Makhachev.
2, I don't want to seem like a casual, but I have to go Poatan. I mean, come on, bro. Like, Shama, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? 3, this is gonna be a weird one. And I don't know if you guys know her, but Natalia Silva.
Oh my god!
Just want to tell you guys, she did DM me today. She did.
Bro, she did not. Dude.
I do repost her all the time, but she did DM me.
She did not.
Bro, she has like a heavy kick style, bro, Taekwondo style, and I think what division is she? Is she in Valentina's division, Roman? Do you know? I think she's in Shevchenko's division.
I was about to ask you. I'm gonna be honest.
She's a flyweight, so she's 125. So that's Valentina. No, 125 is who the hell is 125?
Zhang Weili.
Yeah. Oof.
So she's 115.
125.
Yeah, brother, 125. I wanted to be champ, bro, but I mean, hopefully when Valentina retires, she can be champ. But I mean, let's be honest, bro. Nobody's beating Valentina, so you know what I mean. 4. Who can I say?
No. Valentina is 125. Yeah. Zhang's
125.
Zhang's 115. Mm-hmm. I think that's what we meant to say, and we didn't say that.
Ho-Tam. And then 4 and 5. Let's think here. I'll go 4. I'll go Tom Aspinall. I like Tom. He's a funny guy outside of the octagon. 5. Who was my 5th? This is going to be unpopular opinion, but I really do like Izzy. Even though Izzy is taking a lot of L's, I feel like just the way he fights, bro. I mean, stuff outside of the ring, the dog stuff, the nail shit, I don't agree with it, but come on, bro. Izzy, bro.
He's got a very distinct. I mean, he's got a very cool style, at least an appealing style to any type of fan that's just trying to get into it. So
exactly, brother.
Yeah. Okay, so I did see that Natalia Silva. Did she actually DM you? I thought you DM'd her. Nah, bro.
Ho-Tam, I always repost her, bro. Like, I mean, I'll repost all of my favorite fighters, bro. Like, I repost all the daggies. Like, I don't know if you guys know Tagir Ulanbekov. He's liked my story a few times. He's a flyweight. Yeah. He hangs with Khabib and them. But yeah, bro, I reposted her. She liked my story. I was hyped. And then my homie was like, bro, you should DM her. So I was like, let me just go DM her. So I went to go DM her, and I saw that she had DM me already. I was like, I don't know, can I cuss on the pod, or should I refrain from
Bro,
cussing?
no, you can say whatever you want.
I was like, I'm finna come. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, she's really, she's texting me right now, but it was just like the little automated, like, you can press the hard eyes and shit. She pressed the hard eyes, and that was it. And I texted her,
shit.
Yeah, I
know
texted
what?
her future champion in Portuguese, so I just Google Translate that shit. It's like Futuro Campeão or some shit like that.
Yep.
And, I mean, of course, I'm going to deliver it still, but I mean, she texted me, so I'm not
She
tripping.
did. You know what? He did send me a DM. I totally read it backwards, bro. I thought that was you DMing her the hard eyes.
She texted me the hard eyes, brother.
What the fuck, bro? You're in. I'm gonna put that right here, so the people know we're being for real.
That's
But
sick.
damn, bro.
That's cool.
I didn't get on your level, bro. Natalia Silva DM or Tony Ferguson follow.
Brother, what a day, brother.
Good for you, bro. Maybe one day that'll be us. But yeah, so you said your top 5. Just give us real quick again. You said.
Honestly, the last 2 picks I couldn't think of them, so I just said Tom and who else? I say Izzy.
Izzy.
But I mean, definitely Islam, definitely Poetan, definitely Natalia Silva. I'm trying to think of some undercover people that I really do fuck with.
Yeah.
You guys know Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop?
Yeah,
I
RoboCop.
fuck with him.
He's sick. He's always sick to watch.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be closer between him and Christian Leroy Duncan, but man, he made him look like he was nothing the whole time.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. Let me give you guys one more. What's that one guy's name? Fighting Nerds. Mauricio Ruffy.
Mauricio
I
Ruffy.
only seen him fight one time, bro. You know what I'm talking about, Roman? Mauricio Ruffy?
Yeah, Mauricio.
Yeah. He did that one little fucking takedown with the legs and shit, bro.
Yeah.
That guy is going to be a problem the whole time, but he's a beast too, brother. No, so those are a few names I can give you who I fuck with. Those are the few.
He was supposed to fight at one of these. Which one was he was supposed to fight at? Either was it 308? He's supposed to fight at. I think
he was supposed to, but no one wanted to fight him. Which is understandable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, he might be the future. And he fought his last time out at 155, but he's really a 145er, isn't he? I'm pretty sure.
Ruffy?
Yeah, or is he a 155er?
I think Gene Silva's a 45er.
I'm thinking Gene Silva.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Silva is a 45.
I'm thinking Gene Silva. They all look alike, bro. They're all Brazilian and wear glasses.
Okay.
But all right. No, I mean that's a solid 5. I definitely respect it. I know you're saying you're going casual, but I mean the reason they're saying casual because they're the popular fighter and they're a popular fighter for a reason, you know.
Exactly, brother.
Is there one fighter out there who is flying under the radar that you think people need to know about?
Somebody flying under the radar. Could he be ranked, or is it like, are we doing unranked?
No,
I would say somebody that the casual fan would not know that you would say is like,
I'll go. You guys should know this guy. I'll go Roman Kopylov, bro. He's not ranked whole time, and Fluffy did kind of.
I was gonna say Fluffy. I put money on him against Fluffy, and he lost.
Well, the last guy he fought was some kickboxer that beat Alex Pereira a few years back. I forget his name.
Bruno.
So I mean, and he was Bruno something.
No.
I think that's who he is. But he was wrestling against him, and not saying that means anything because the guy's a kickboxer, right? But if he can get a ground game, like Kopylov's gonna be dangerous, brother. I'm not gonna lie, but I go Roman Kopylov.
I remember I would say his coming out party was at 291 when he in the Poirier Gaethje 2. I remember that head kick. He had a head kick versus Claudio Ribeiro. Yeah. That was nasty.
Bro, brother.
That's a good sleeper pick. Sure. I like that.
He's from Dagestan, no? Or Chechnya, one of the two.
Is he?
I think he's from. I know he's
from Russia.
He's Russian. I know that. Chechnya. But he doesn't have the traditional Daggy style though. He's more of a kickboxer, which is interesting.
Man, brother, he's a beast for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, were you gonna ask another question?
Nah, man. I think it's about time. There's a reason we invited Omar on the pod is because we were talking 308 last week. I think all week. Me and you were texting back and forth about it. We'll just start.
Let's delve in it, brother. Let's do this.
Let us delve in. The UFC 308 took place this past weekend, all the way over in Abu Dhabi, which was nice because I guess it was in the middle of the day. I got to watch fights from 12 to 4, 5.
Yeah.
But it was also bad because I had to watch fights from 12 to 4, 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a little brutal watching in the middle of the day. And then you kind of lose the excitement. I like to build up my day to this.
It goes both ways because like I said, sometimes if on Oliveira Dubronk's fight night, when I have to wait till 11:30 p.m. to watch him, it's dude, that kills me all day.
Especially I'm gonna be drunk by that point too.
Then again, it goes like I said, it goes both ways. It's cool to get it you don't have to wait as much, but at the same time, the hype does get built up a little bit more when you have to wait longer in the day.
Mm-hmm. All right, but it did get started early, and we're gonna start from the bottom. I don't think we'll talk about every fight. We'll talk about some of the notable ones. Certainly, what I saw on Twitter as soon as the fight card started was the controversy surrounding Renat. You got any guess?
Fakhretdinov.
Fakhretdinov. Thank you, bro. Fakhretdinov.
I love them Russian guys.
Yeah, you glazing over there, bro. Versus Carlos Leal. Fakhretdinov versus Carlos Leal. I'd be a liar if I said I got up early enough to watch this one, but I did. I checked the stats. I checked Twitter, and it was overwhelming the amount of people who said that Carlos Leal won that fight 29-28. And it was a unanimous decision that went to Fakhretdinov.
Yeah.
He even scored a 30-27 on one of the judges' scorecards, which I know people were very disappointed in. I don't know. Do you think the nationality/religion kind of played into the decision?
I would say definitely a little bit. I wish, like I said, unfortunately I was tailgating in Bloomington. I didn't get to watch this one, but yeah, I saw the people complaining about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't like at least a little bit of bias, probably going his way. But I doubt that would win him the fight. I don't know. I wish I could say more. Because I just didn't watch the fight.
Yeah.
So
what about you, Omar? Did you catch that one?
Definitely not. I'm definitely with you guys as well. I was not getting up to watch that shit. Especially because I would have bet on if I was to bet on Renat Fakhretdinov, maybe I would have watched it, but he was like a minus 400, so I'm like, there's really no cheese in that. Yeah, I have a friend named Jaden. He's very big in the UFC, like me. He said even that it should be a 30-27 for not Renat, the other guy. He said it was a blatant robbery. But at the same time, also, it's like, come on, bro. You got to know where you're at. You're in Abu Dhabi, brother. They're in Abu Dhabi, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's like, bro, you let this shit go to the judges, bro. They're going to give it to the guy who's the Muslim, Muslim Russian. They're going to give it to that guy every time, bro. Like, let's be honest, bro. Fighters have to know you can't let it go to decision when you're in a Muslim pro country fighting a Muslim fighter. You just can't let that happen. PJ did say, like, there's a little bit of, influence in that, bro. I disagree. There's a lot of influence in that. Like, if you're fighting a British fighter in England, like, come on, you're not letting that bitch go to decision. Like, you have to finish this guy. And yeah, bro, I just feel like you got to know as a fighter, bro, like, don't let this shit go to the decision if you are fighting a guy in his home country. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say.
I agree.
No,
definitely. Bringing it to the judges is, like I said, there's no guarantee whether you're on the good side or the bad side of it. Like, when it goes to the judges, literally anything can happen, especially when Sal Diamato's back there doing whatever he's doing.
Chris Lee, Sal Diamato, you just know it's going to be a robbery.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But moving up in the card, someone I wanted to highlight, Farid Ferocious Basharat took on Victor Hugo. That went to decision, but it was a really exciting fight in my opinion. Hugo actually came into the fight at 147.5.
I saw that.
And or 145, and it was at least, I know it was like an 8-10 pound difference, and you could tell when they were fighting. Hugo looked way bigger than Farid Basharat. But Basharat looked impressive. He climbs to 13-0 after this fight. I forget who he called out, but I did like it, whoever it was. He was nice on the mic, which I can always appreciate. Victor Hugo, you got to make weight or you got to move up in weight classes, buddy. You came in 10 pounds over.
So what was this? It was supposed to be at 35 and he weighed in at 45, or was it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be at 135.
Okay.
And then I think he probably told him that he wasn't going to be able to make weight. Okay. They made it a catch weight at 45 or whatever, but Farid still weighed in at like 137.5 or something like that.
Okay.
He must have already probably been on weight by the time he found out. It would be my guess.
Well, good for him.
But unfortunate for Victor Hugo, UFC doesn't play around with that sort of thing. But moving on past that, we had another fan favorite, our favorite fat bastard, Chris Barnett, taking on Kennedy Nzechukwu. It was nice for as long as it lasted to see Chris Barnett happy, but seemingly, I'm looking at a clip right now. He did a little jump at the beginning.
Dude, what are you doing?
He's coming off an ACL.
Fat ass guy, man. He pulled an Ortega. He's tweaking.
I was about to say,
he literally he was tweaking, bro. And as soon as about a minute into the fight, when I saw that he was backed up against the cage, and I saw him limping on that leg, I almost went on my phone and threw down everything I had in my bank account on it. But it was by the time I got there, the fight was already over. It's unfortunate because obviously, like I was saying, Chris Barnett fan favorite. So, people were disappointed to not see him get the victory. But, all in all, would you guys say was exciting? I don't know.
Like we said, if you just looked at the two builds of these individuals, come on. There's, obviously Barnett had the weight on him, but dude, you can't. Nzechukwu actually moves pretty well for his weight, so I cannot say I'm surprised in the slightest that he got Barnett out of there super quick. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you got any more thoughts on Biggie Boy, Omar, or
you said Biggie Boy?
That's
Biggie
what
Boy actually was released today.
Biggie Boy was released.
Rebellions de Spain?
Yes. Wait, no, Biggie Boy is Rosenstrike, isn't it?
Oh, I'm tweaking. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Biggie Boy is Rosenstrike.
We're all thinking of big.
We're all tweaking.
Yeah,
Rosenstrike is
tweaking,
Biggie
bro.
Boy. Barnett is Beast Boy.
Beast Boy. That's
But
what
he
is.
is a big boy.
I was gonna say he is Biggie Boy if there was one.
He is a.
We were both wrong, Coach. But about the Barnett fight, yeah, bro, I didn't watch that fight. The first fight I tuned into was a Shara fight. But no, I recently watched it yesterday, and obviously it was a short, quick fight. And yeah, but he was hurt off rip, and honestly, bro, it didn't fucking matter. He was gonna how fast. What's his name? Kenny and Juco, whatever his name is. How fast he was looking, bro. Just like it was only a matter of time, bro. He was gonna get that motherfucker out of there.
And
bro.
you hate to judge a book by its cover, and especially in the sport like MMA. But it's like
but
everybody's got a puncher's chance, but like at the end of the day, when it comes down to like an analytical side of it, you just can't say we're surprised.
You are
it actually happened.
You are 5'10" and have to cut down to make 265,
Yeah,
and you're
that's
facing
wild.
a guy who's a former lightweight moving up. He was bound to down, and he did pretty much exactly what I thought I was going to do. He stuck a lot of teep kicks, kept him at the end of his jab.
Yeah, he's 6'5". He's literally 7 inches.
Yeah, that
taller.
fight was always going to end up that way, regardless of the injury. So I mean, I'm sure Chris Barnett, he'll still make some noise on his next fight back, but
they just got to give him like favorable match. Honestly, they got to just give him other fat guys that he can just strike with that are slow like him. He's never going to beat a guy that's like that, like the same build as Nchukwu.
Well, but moving on after that, someone who actually ended up impressing me was Abus Magomedov, who took on Bruno Ferreira, the Hulk, at 185 pounds. Abus, as we discussed the week before, kind of had some gas tank issues in some other fights versus Strickland. He gassed out after the first round. Bruno Ferreira was on a couple fight winning streak, and he was getting a lot of knockouts in the first round.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought this one was. I remember. I specifically said I thought this one was gonna be done in one,
and it was nearly done within two. Because I remember at one point Bruno had Abus hurt really bad. He knocked him down, and then I think he stuck. Well, he wobbled him first. As he wobbled him, he then hit him with a head kick, and Abus somehow, some way, was able to secure a takedown. And I'll say that was kind of like the story of the fight. That's kind of what got Abus through the first two rounds, was just whenever he was in danger, he was able to take Bruno down. And Omar, I know you were talking about Gregory Rodriguez earlier, and Bruno actually KO'd Gregory Rodriguez maybe 1 or 2 fights ago. Yeah. And maybe people kind of changed the way they saw Bruno Ferreira a little too much. Because I just, I don't see how you let a guy who is as tired as Abus somehow secure an arm triangle choke in the mid-third round. I mean, who am I to talk? I've never been in there with the guy.
Yeah.
But
everyone's got a plan until they get punched. You know what they
happen?
say. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Wow, it was that long ago.
Shout out Mike Tyson behind you, Peter. Shout out Mike Tyson.
Shout out Mike Tyson. We got to talk about. I mean, did you see what Mike Tyson's looking like nowadays? I
haven't seen any recent photos. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of lost interest when that fight got postponed.
Dude, have you seen anything of what he's looking like, bro?
Is it good or bad?
Dude, look at. He posted a video of him training the other day
on Instagram.
Dude, look at it right now. He looks terrifying.
Does he? The thing is, like, it's not the. It's for me. It's more so the fact, like, dude, is like, what is he? Is he 60?
He's 58.
58, whatever he is. Dude, is he gonna be able to take a punch from like a buff, possibly on steroids, 29-year-old dude? It's not like, I know he hits hard. I know he can knock out Jake Paul.
Steroids don't make you that strong, PJ.
It's more
Take it from me.
Okay, yeah, for sure, bro. Holy shit.
No, dude, look at him. Look at the fucker.
Ain't that fight coming up soon? Isn't it on November 15th?
Yeah, that's this month.
That's
this month.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Uncle Mike get knocked out.
Neither do I.
No, I don't think anybody does. I'm just scared what's gonna happen when he tries to take a punch.
But I'm looking at Uncle Mike right now, and dude, he looks like a ball of muscle. Like a ball of muscle. So this definitely helped me feel a little bit better about the fight. I mean, at the end of the day, remember, it's Mike Tyson.
No, I'm not going to count him out. I'm just a bit worried for his health that he might. I mean, if he's not already messed up mentally, he will be permanently damaged after this fight.
He's what, 60 years old now?
58, I think Roman just said.
58 years old, bro.
Dude's half his age. What Jake Paul? I think Jake Paul is 29.
There's no reason to even do this. I mean, I'm sure he's getting paid, but it's like, come on, bro. Like
he is, but
if he beats him,
if he beats him, that I mean the entire I think
that's one of the stories of the year.
What do you think the percentage is for like people rooting for Mike and people rooting for Jake? What do you think anybody's actually rooting hardly against? Yeah,
95.5, probably.
I was gonna say 95 to 90, 10.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get here. I mean, we're only 2 weeks away now, 2 weekends away, so that'll be interesting. But before, we got to move on, and we definitely got to talk about this fight. It ended up winning Fight of the Night, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, it ended up being a catchweight fight between Mateusz Rebecki.
Yes, sir.
Mateusz Rebecki taking on Midabek.
Miktabek.
Ordobai. Ordobai came in a big favorite in this one, almost 300, about a minus 300 on.
I had him winning this one,
and as did I. Maybe we let the people hype him up a little too much, but I mean, he showed certainly a lot of heart in there. I mean, this was just a war from the get-go. Rebecki, he came out strong. I didn't realize how freaking huge he is. I mean, he's a fucking he's gorilla-sized. And Rebecki and Ordobai, I didn't realize how tough this motherfucker was because by the third round, after the first round, his eye was done. His eye was completely swelled shut. I don't know how he was able to tell the ref how many fingers he was holding.
He was only seen out of one pupil.
Yeah, and then somehow second round, I thought Rebecki was slowing down a little bit. I thought, okay, here's Ordobai's chance. He had a really good end to the second round. It was probably 1-1 going into the third.
Definitely.
And then Rebecki he put him down. He sat him down, and you thought that was the fight right there. And somehow, some way, Ordobai survived. Again, going back to him fighting in kind of home territory. I think if they're fighting anywhere else in the world, they're not letting that fight continue because he was hurt bad. But I'm glad that they did because somehow, some way, he actually found himself on top. One judge even scored the third round for Ordobai, which is kind of crazy.
Won him the fight.
He got knocked down. But it was certainly once you watched it, as you were watching it, you knew that was going to win Fight of the Night. Omar, I know you said you started watching at the main card. I feel bad for you.
I did miss that fight, but I heard it was a banger for sure, brother. I saw a picture of him after the fight. He looks pretty prehistoric all the time, and his shit was all fucked up. I'm just like, wow, bro. Definitely two soldiers in there, bro. And bro, I wasn't expecting that from Rebecki, bro. I thought Ordobai was gonna handle that nigga, but it's UFC, bro. Anything can happen.
So I get a little nervous now whenever I see minus 250 to minus 300.
Yeah,
because you never know. Yeah, you just never know, bro.
Because it's enough to be like, okay, well, this guy's a shoo-in, but I've seen way too many minus 250, minus 300 guys go in and find a way.
Yeah, exactly. I would agree. I mean, Aralbi, I wouldn't count him out. He's still a hell of a fighter. He obviously just ran into an absolute dog. I mean, like we said, he has the heart. He's pretty solid all around. Maybe just sharpen up the tools. Obviously, his striking game maybe needs a little bit of work, but
I think the problem was he relied on his toughness too much because at the beginning he was getting caught clean. And
I was going to say that as well.
He kept walking him down, which is all good and well, but I mean, I don't know if it was Teddy Atlas or somebody who said it, but it's like I'd rather have a smart fighter than a tough fighter. Because, you don't want your toughness to be what wins you the fights at the end of the day. You want to be able to avoid the punches, the kicks, and whatnot.
But then again, that goes both ways. In terms of the judges, obviously it's going to appeal more to a judge, though, when a fighter's walking forward instead of one going backwards the entire time. So, like I said, like we said, one judge even gave him the fight, and maybe that's why they gave it to him.
That is true.
But, yeah, I do agree with what you're saying. But I'm just saying it can definitely go both ways.
Well, thanks for disagreeing with me. Then.
I'm disagreeing and agreeing. I'm disagreeing and agreeing with you.
I agree with him, though. I agree with him, though. I agree with y'all, but I also don't at the same time because to go off what PJ said, I feel like, you can definitely walk forward, but there's a smart way to do it, bro. Like, if you mix in the smartness with walking a motherfucker down on some alien shit, I'm going to walk you down, get you to the fence, and I'm going to fucking murder you against the fence.
Yeah.
As we seen with Volk, as we seen with Holloway now, so. Yeah. Well, I agree with both of you guys.
Way to spoil it, bro.
I think everybody in the enther world already knows what happened.
No, you're right. Ibo Islam, he took Rafael Carreras away. He beat him. I don't really care.
Yeah, whatever. I don't even know how you say his last name, but he was pretty high. I feel like the media kind of hyped him up a little bit just because he was an undefeated prospect.
He got his ass handed to him within a minute. That Evo guy cut a hell of a promo too. It was really good. He's pretty young. I'm sure he'll whatever he does next will be big. But now, speaking of big, we got to one of the biggest main cards of the year. One of my favorites of the year, to be honest, from top to bottom. And Omar, you're a guest, and I know you said you started watching with this fight. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what happened between Sharaputin Nurmagomedov? Is it Sharaputin Magomedov versus Arman Petrosyan?
Before we start, brother, did he knock him out in the second or the third? Was it the third?
It was the second. It was the end of the second round.
End of the second round.
So first round, from what I saw, I mean, I was definitely violently fried watching that fight, but it didn't seem like anyone had too much control. Shara was doing his thing, throwing a lot of kicks. Arman, he's a very timid kickboxer, so it was very 50. My prediction was that obviously Arman Petrosyan would win. I was hoping maybe he would mix in some grappling and kind of let Shara tire himself out, because I think the last fight he fought, he threw like 50 kicks in like 2 rounds. It's like, bro, you don't have the cardio. No one has the cardio to do that shit, brother. So I was hoping, Arman would get the win. But just that knockout, bro, that's some video game shit, bro. That's some Tekken shit, like double spinning back fist. And what's even crazier the whole time is that he practiced that. It was the little workouts and shit. I saw a clip of him literally practicing the same fucking knockout, the same combo that he used. And it's just crazy, bro. Shara, if he gets a ground game, bro, it's scary, bro. Middleweight's a tough division. I think he's ranked, 15 now, guys? Number 15?
He might have been. He probably got a number next to his name, if I had to guess.
He's ranked now for sure. I don't know if it's 15 or... I think it's 15. But I know one above him is Anthony Hernandez, Fluffy. They're definitely not going to feed him the Fluffy whole time. But I say probably him versus Paulo Costa would be a banger. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's a shout.
If the UFC wants to, give Shara... a quick top 10 ranking, I would love to see that fight.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that. It makes sense too in terms of rankings and also where these guys are at in their careers. Obviously, Shara's on the way up. He needs a big name to really solidify himself as like not a star yet, but like as a legit contender. And Paulo is kind of just
his ass, brother. If
you say
it's Paulo Costa, I mean,
Paulo's like
Paulo Costa's,
he's still a big name in the UFC, but he's realistically never going to win the belt. So I mean, just giving him big name fights makes sense and definitely would appeal to the fans most. So I actually like that. That was a good pick.
No, I like that as a next fight, next potential matchup for sure. I do like, I don't know if you guys peeped it, but they asked Shara what he names that move, because obviously no one's ever done it before.
Yeah.
You know what he called it?
I do not, actually. I'm going to be honest.
The double bullet.
That's tough.
That is tough.
That's tight.
That's tough.
That's all the whole time. I don't know if you guys saw the promo he cut after, but it was like, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Bro, it was terrible.
It was like, stay in your seat.
No, the way he talks is funny.
Take the mic from this nigga.
No. He killed it. He killed his moment instantly as soon as he started speaking.
Didn't he call out Adesanya, or am I tweaking?
He did call out Adesanya.
I thought I heard him say Adesanya in there.
You probably won't get that next, but I respect the call out. And
I'm not. Yeah, like you said, a couple fights before that, but that would be quite interesting. I'm not gonna lie, too. Kick heavy, dude. I mean, Adesanya mixes up definitely more than Shara, but that'd be kind of sick.
And just to add, Omar, I know you said that you thought he was going to get tired. I mean, that was kind of, I think me and PJ discussed that the week before that. That was kind of the way we thought he might lose the fight, was if he gassed out. I think actually, I mean, Arman definitely, he applied the pressure and was making him go backwards and was making him like crowd in the space and making him throw less than he usually does. Maybe that was actually more to his detriment because Shara wasn't expending as much energy as he usually does.
Yeah,
exactly.
But who's to say? All I know is that was one of the knockouts of the year, if not the knockout of the year. Certainly the most creative one I've probably seen.
You gotta go knockout of the year, brother. I mean, dude, double spinning back.
In terms of creativity and flashiness, 100%. In terms of, I mean, obviously, like you can definitely argue like Taporia's was just bigger, just given the circumstances. But in terms of like the craftiness, yes, I think that's easily the crazy. I would say craziest knockout of the year. Maybe not the knockout of the year, but craziest.
Yeah, I mean, my jaw was literally on the floor. My jaw was literally on the floor, and for a second, it took me a little bit to process what I actually watched.
Exactly.
Which is like
it was funny. I was at the tailgate. I was like streaming it on my phone in the middle of the tailgate. Everybody's like having a good time, blaring music, and I literally just had to know. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, everybody turns. I was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "You guys have to see this." I started showing my phone around the whole tailgate. That was sick.
No, that shit was crazy. Yeah, good for Shara Bullet. Keeps his name in the headlines. Armin, no slouch. I'm sure he'll get another decent opponent soon. But moving on, we got a matchup at 145 between two solid fighters. We had Lerone Murphy taking on Dan Ige. I know we were split on this one last week, PJ. Omar, I'm not sure who you were leaning towards going into the fight. I feel like you would be leaning towards Ige. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, though. Going into
I think I didn't know who to really choose whole time, but I think my final prediction was Murphy by decision. That's what I went.
Yeah, that was my original pick, and then I flipped it. I mean,
that's how it goes. Anytime you flip your pick.
Yeah, I'm not gonna act like I'm distraught about it. I mean, this was probably the.
It was a good. I mean, it's not even a bad pick. I mean, he only lost by a round. I mean, obviously he's a dog. So I mean,
and he did secure a knockdown in the first round. Almost finished him. Almost got him out of there.
Yeah.
But Lerone Murphy fought his way back, and again, Lerone Murphy, not somebody who fights often. He says he thinks he's 2 fights away from the title at this point. I could see it. I mean,
it depends on who he fights.
What is he talking about?
I was going to say, it depends on who he fights. He needs to get a big fight next if he wants to be 2 away.
He said Josh Emmett, which
that's a good call. That's
he said Josh Emmett, or he said...
But Josh Emmett also, is he ever going to fight again, too? I mean, he probably had the knockout of the year against Bryce Mitchell and then decided to just dip.
Was that this year?
I think. Maybe not actually.
That was last year.
Was it really that long ago?
295. That was the Colby.
Yeah, he hasn't fought.
That was the end of okay. That was December last. Dude, that is so long ago.
But he called us, it was Brian Ortega or Josh Emmett. He said
Emmett's a good call out. I'd like that.
If I were him, who would I rather fight though? I would rather fight Ortega personally.
I mean, for your safety and well-being,
yes.
I mean, but in terms of stylistically, I mean, Ortega is just dangerous everywhere. I mean, who's the better fighter is what I'm just trying to say. Ortega's the better fighter, but Emmett, obviously, he can literally kill you with one punch.
Scarier fighter is definitely Josh Emmett. Just seeing what he did to Bryce Mitchell, bro, I'm not fighting that guy.
But I respect, but I respect it. That's what I'm saying. Like, he called out two killers in the division. Very... Intel. I know we always say that like it was a smart call out, putting yourself in that mix. But yeah, he needs to be more active because he's advertised as an undefeated prospect, but he's 33 years of age. Exactly. So it's not like he's a young dude that has infinite time. Like his time is almost up. I know there's that threshold of when I think it's 155 and below, like fighters that are 35 years and older have never won a title fight in like I think 125 through 155. So I mean he's hitting that. He's not going to get a title fight before the age of 35, so I don't know. He's
not going to be champion.
Lerone, he's not. I'm just saying, in terms of what he was doing.
That has to suck. Do you think he knows that? Do you think he knows he's not going to be champion?
No, he believes. Dude.
That's fucked up for me to be saying that, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what? He needs to go to 125 if he's going to get a belt. You're not going to beat... You're not going to beat Marab. You're not going to beat fucking Ilya Taporia. You're not going to go up and beat Islam. You might as well go fight Pantoja.
That sucks, bro. You work your whole life.
You know, imagine he actually wins the belt and you eat your word, the shit out of your words right now.
I'll post this clip myself, bro. I'll make us go viral.
Yeah, it'll be in like 2028.
Yeah. But either way, bro, I'll talk about Lerone Murphy when he fights in 2 years again. And then I have to apologize for this next one because I guaranteed last week that this fight was going to be fireworks, that it wasn't going to go the distance, and this was my least favorite fight to watch on the whole card. It was Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rakic. PJ, did you watch this one by chance?
I was watching it, and my phone was lagging in the tailgating field, so I can't say. There was literally, I missed almost the entire second round, I'm not going to lie, but I caught the whole first round, caught most of the third, but, I mean, yeah, it was tough, because it would lag for 10 seconds, watch 10 seconds, it was annoying. No,
that was the only time my stream was lagging. I thought about buying the pay-per-view.
You guys didn't miss much, I promise you.
I was going to say, I would have been more pissed off if it was the next fight, or the next fight after that, but it was Magomed. We can chill.
That was going to be my question to you, Omar. Do you feel we didn't miss much, huh? No one really missed much if they didn't watch this fight.
Yeah, that was the fight I was honestly most excited for. I mean, obviously, Ilya, Max. But I was really excited to see that fight. I was hoping maybe Ankalaev could finish, buddy. And obviously, Rakic, bro, like, just off of his last fight with Yuri, I was like, come on, bro. Like, this is going to be fireworks, like you said. But it just was the opposite, bro. It was some boring shit, bro. Like, I don't know if Rakic maybe had an injury or something like that, bro. But it was just boring, bro. Ankalaev just controlled the pace. And yeah, bro. It was always like a filler fight, bro. And it kind of disappointed me a little bit, bro. But with that being said, bro, I mean, I think it's safe to say now that Ankalaev deserves the title shot. I mean, it's like, who else is left? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, again,
I think he should have got it before. I don't even think he should have fought this fight, to be honest with you. But I mean,
he didn't
now
need it. It's like, what for? He didn't need
I
this
agree.
fight. You know what I mean?
Now it's definitely, I think, written in stone. He should be next for Poatan.
yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be... I mean, Dana seemed to, like, pretty much confirm that in the press conference afterwards. I'm surprised he didn't absolutely shit on the fight, but that's probably because they always knew if he got the victory that there was no denying him after that. Alexander Rakic, you piece of shit. Like, what the fuck was that, dude?
Yeah,
what the
bro.
fuck? I sprinkled $5 on him to get it by knockout. I was like, plus 550 Rakic knockout? That's not bad value here.
No, the
Bro.
value was there.
After the first round.
Yeah, plus 550 for a reason.
The value was there.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. I mean, you know what? You know what was the nail in the coffin? When I saw this ninja shooting takedowns in the third round on Magomed, bro. When you see man, nothing says my bet is over more than when the striker is shooting
When
on
your
the
striker's shooting on a Dagestani, you know you're toast.
bro.
You know you're cooked.
That shit was terrible to watch in real time. It's crazy because last week we were on here saying that Rakic is probably in like the top 4, like one of the only relevant fighters in light heavyweight. And that performance was honestly so disappointing just for the fact that there was just no initiative. Like he I don't know if he thought he was up. I know his corner was telling him he was up. But it's just like the fact he was just constantly going backwards, constantly circling off, never taking a step forward or trying to get something going himself. Very disappointing to see. Khalil Roundtree definitely takes his spot in my eyes, at least in the top 5.
I think Khalil Roundtree should be number 2 behind Magomed, in my opinion.
But it is what it is. Light heavyweight, it has its ebbs and flows.
It's a weird division, and I don't even know where it would be without Poatan. We probably have a boring ass. We probably have a boring ass Magomed and Ankalaev being champion right now.
It will produce some of the best fights. I mean, you can always think about Glover versus Yuri. I mean, that's one of the best fights I've ever seen.
I guess Yuri would probably be champ, honestly.
And then you get fights like this. Fuck.
Goes both ways.
Disappointing. Just disappointing.
Yeah, it was. Enough talking about this. We got 2 of the.
Yeah, fuck this fight.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I mean, I don't even know if I should be the one to talk about this because I might not stop talking.
There's not a whole lot to talk about, though. Just be honest, though. Just plain and simple. We're talking about Khamzat Chimaev. Dude is quite... I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Roman, everybody knows it's watched. I'm not a massive fan of the guy. I think he's kind of annoying, but I'm not going to sit here and not respect what he did and what he has done throughout his career. He is... what word do I say without glazing the shit out of him?
I would have to... I mean, were you going to say superhuman?
I was going to say he's literally like superhuman. He's got superhuman strength.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and somehow, some way, it surprises me every time to watch him do it. But, like, to a guy like Robert Whittaker to just, like...
Ragdoll him.
15 seconds in, I'm going to shoot on you, and you're never going to land a strike on me. Robert Whittaker, former champion, former interim champion, perennial #1 contender. And he didn't land a strike on this guy. Did he? Landed 2.
Two. That
he
were
landed 2,
like...
there were like 2 half-hearted leg kicks, right? And then the fight was over. And then he grabbed him and the fight was over. And it's just some of the scariest... It's different than any wrestling that you see from any other fighter because you can see there's a purpose in there that he wants to go and find the finish as soon as possible.
They're all just like violent. Yeah. They're like violent takedowns. if that's possible, they're like violent takedowns.
It's literally like he's trying to run you through the cage fence.
Yeah.
I mean, Omar, as you can see, I'm holding his wang in my mouth right now. So why don't you go ahead and take over?
No, brother, you're right though, bro. Both you guys are right to glaze, bro. He did that to Robert fucking Whittaker, bro. Robert Whittaker, he beat Yoel twice. Obviously, he was interim champ. Like, bro, Robert Whittaker is no pushover, brother.
He's the boogeyman.
Like, he was nothing.
The boogeyman.
Nothing, bro. Like, just... And what I liked about his performance, bro, was definitely he got the takedown, got him down. And I don't know if you guys know, he has, like, this new black, like, jiu-jitsu coach. Not that it matters, he's black. But
Finfile.
He's new black guy. And, bro, his jiu-jitsu was just looking good, bro. And just, bro, everything about that performance was just perfect, bro. It was perfect to every last minute detail, bro. Just,
Yeah.
I kind of thought that he was going to, be a different guy. He was all calm and shit. He was wearing glasses. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, it was a weird vibe.
Bro,
he was giving off weird vibes pre-fight.
Yeah, bro, but I guess his son's sick and shit, and he's a dad now, so he's he's more chill. He's like Kratos. I don't know if you remember that that TikTok I sent you, Roman, of like Kratos and then the old Kratos. Like that's basically Hamzat now, brother. But yeah, bro, it's just scary, bro. It's just scary how when he broke his jaw or some shit, or like that's just
his teeth are back.
There's not much to say about it because, like Roman said, we can really talk about this shit for a long time, bro. But it's like words can express the performance he put on, bro, and I just can't wait to see him. Versus, honestly, I think probably be DDP. I think DDP will probably handle Strickland again. And bro, I just can't wait to see that fight, bro.
Either way, I don't even care whoever he fights next. I don't care what his odds are, who it is. He's not. I don't see a way he loses the fight unless something freaky happens. Like I just don't see it. Honestly, I don't even want to see Strickland and DDP fight again. I'm gonna be honest. I literally just want to see DDP give Hamzat the shot right now and praying that he can, stay healthy again and get back in the cage within the next 365 days or so. Hopefully quicker than that.
He should be good. He should be good, though. New training and shit. He's calmed down. I think he should be fine.
I really hope so. We keep saying, I feel like we said should be before, and then he ends up, he went from the guy that fights every 2 weeks to,
once a year.
He obviously had that problem for a year, and like I said, I'm not a massive fan of him like you, but I do want to see him fight because I think him holding the belt just needs to happen. Yeah. He's a one-of-a-kind fighter, to say the least.
From what I heard from the interviews I've heard him do and stuff, it does seem like he is in a new chapter of his life. Like Omar was saying, he has a kid now. He even spoke on it. He said that when he was younger, he especially as he was gaining fame, he had the wrong. It's a classic story. You have the wrong people in your ear. Everyone wants to be your friend. Everyone wants to do this for you, do that for you, lead you in this direction, train you here, train you there. And then
crypto scams.
Yeah, exactly. Crypto scams, right?
Yeah.
He just had to refocus. He said it himself. The last time he got sick, he went up to Russia, linked up with his old coaches, brought him back into his camp, kind of mixed stuff around. And it seems like he's an entirely different mindset. A different mindset outside of the cage.
Inside, he did not change one bit.
You could see the flip of the switch as soon as you saw him walking out. You knew that's the Hamzat that's still trying to. Allah Akbar. I was like, bro, I was scared, bro.
He's a scary dude. I was scared of the TV.
I was scared. And just like, bro, I've never seen to watch Robert Whittaker, it looked like he panic tapped.
He did. I don't even understand how it's possible that he screwed his jaw up that bad when Chimaev, he squeezed his chin. He probably got like 3 seconds of squeeze, maybe that.
Check out the video on the Split Decision Pod.
I think in the video, I don't know if I could be wrong, guys, but it was like before he got the choke in, he was just doing some type of hammer fist, and it kind of hit his jaw. I'm thinking maybe that could have had something to do with it.
It probably did.
Added pressure. Because there's no way. It was quick, bro. He tapped instantly, bro. It was like he got around.
Well, it's crazy.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It's crazy. You can see the difference in his demeanor from when there's like a half a second where he just has the forearm around the chin, and then as soon as he really locks it in, as soon as that happens, Whittaker's just instantly just like, get me out of here. Which again, I cannot emphasize it enough. It's crazy that we're talking about this, like a guy like Robert Whittaker doing something like that. But that just speaks to the type of fighter Hamzat is. Like we're all saying, we want to see him sooner rather than later. I want to see him against the champion next. I'm a Sean Strickland guy myself, but does a boring win at that versus Paulo Costa warrant a title shot? I don't think so. Not when you got guys like Hamzat.
I also just think I think DDP has a better chance. If anyone's got a chance against Hamzat, out of the two, saying out of the whole division, I think DDP's got a better shot at beating Hamzat. I feel like to be honest, I see the fight going the exact same way it just did with Whittaker if Hamzat were to fight Strickland. And it might even be quicker, if I'm being completely honest.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see what the UFC ends up doing. If they want to give us a call, We'll figure it out.
Regardless, Hamzat's fight for the belt next, I think. It's whether it's for his DDP right away or it's the winner of DDP and Strickland.
And it's about time, too, because we've been waiting for Hamzat to fight for the belt for the past 3 years now. So it has to be at this point guaranteed that yes, the next time he steps into the octagon, the belt's on the line, and that gives me goosebumps right now thinking about it.
I can't imagine how you're feeling about it. He's only 30, so he's still young. It's good that he had this little layoff early in his career, so maybe now he can avoid that from happening again, and he can stay active, fighting at least twice a year. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, if Hamzat's the future, I mean,
we're in good hands.
And speaking of the future,
I was about to say, speaking of the future,
maybe the present. Well, yes, the present and the future of the UFC. Ilia Topuria, guys. Ilia Topuria, who took on Max Blessed Holloway this past weekend. I mean, this was probably I would go as far as to say my favorite, most anticipated fight of the year up to this point. I guess I would say it delivered. I mean, did I expect more of a long, drawn-out fight? Yes. Why? Because Max Holloway's never been finished or never been knocked out before. Hasn't been finished in years. But that's just not how it played out, unfortunately for Max. I don't know. Omar, why don't you take this one? What did you see in that fight? What were your thoughts going in? And as the fight was going on, how were you feeling?
Thoughts going in, brother. I mean, honestly, bro, going off of that UFC 300 performance, bro, it's like no one expected Max to do what he did to Justin. I know I didn't. I don't know what the odds were the whole time. I want to say, like, Max was like a plus 170, bro, but I definitely had a parlay with Justin Gaethje. I didn't foresee that, bro. I didn't foresee him coming in, and I do want to add this, though. I don't know if you guys remember at the end of round one, the little spinning back kick to the nose he got. Mm-hmm. I feel like that definitely hindered Justin throughout the whole fight.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, he did the damage. I seen this clip of Max saying, like, who do you think landed the kick? Like, a ghost? Like, obviously, it was because of Max, so it's, because of him. But I don't know, bro. Just the whole fucking 4-round beatdown, and then round 5 to fucking, what do you throw? The Rolling Thunder? And just get out the way and then just fucking go like this? And then knock him out, bro? Like, flat on his face, bro? Like, I know you guys didn't predict that, bro. I know nobody here in this podcast predicted that, bro. It's just crazy, bro. And going in, like, obviously with the way Ilia starched Volk, bro, like, I'm not saying we didn't see that, bro, because obviously he took the short notice fight with Islam and shit like that. But, dude, I really didn't think that he was going to be able to do that to Max, bro, because I think Max is what? He's never been, I know you said knocked out. He's never been knocked down, I think, before this fight. No?
Yeah, I mean,
no knockdowns?
There was a moment, I think, in the Gaethje fight where Gaethje kind of hit him and he fell. It's like in between. I don't know what the official ruling.
They didn't rule it a knockdown for some reason.
They didn't rule it one, but
even I think Max said it should have been a knockdown.
Holloway said he got knocked down by Gaethje. But
I mean, but if that wasn't a knockdown, I'll tell you what was. And now that left hook that fucking floored Max Holloway for the first time. But honestly, what was even more impressive to me, and I don't know about you guys, or what that first right overhand, it sounded like he shot Max Holloway in the face with the shotgun.
That was a bullet.
That was like,
speaking of the
that's as flush as it gets. That's as flush on the button as it gets. Thankfully, it's Max Holloway taking it, because I think anybody else who takes that shot's literally getting flattened on their face.
Probably.
But that marked the beginning of the end. And if you checked out the Split Decision podcast, episode 49, you would have heard us say that it's going to take one big one to stun Holloway and then a couple more to put him down. And that's actually what ended up happening. I will say,
Mystic Roman.
I have to give props to PJ on this one. PJ takes the cake for the Holloway knockout. I didn't have the balls to say he would knock him out. I ended up taking Ilia by sub. I did say he would knock him down. I'll give myself credit in that aspect.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say something. Oh, my parlay though. I did have a parlay that had Hamzat and Ilia. And I was at first.
We should. I mean, let's be real. We don't ever advertise parlays. We should have advertised that parlay.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to say it was a lock, but dude, I mean,
I put my 5-legger on there, which hit. But that had Indiana football. That had Real Madrid. That had Real Madrid versus Barca over
Sports Equinox parlay.
Yeah, but then I also had Shara, Ilia, and
that was an interesting
money line.
Interesting mix of sports there.
You mix it up a little bit. And it hit.
It hit, right?
Yes.
That
shit hit. Plus 550.
Damn, brother.
We'll take that all day.
Yep.
But then I had a little one. I should have just took straight money line on Ilia at the least. I tried to get cute with it. I took Ilia and I put the fight to go over 2.5. The fight got to the third round and he finished him before the 2.5 minute mark. So there went my $5. But it's okay. It's okay because as long as the split decision pod got it right, that's all that matters to me at the end of the day.
I was actually almost very close. I think that would have been one of the first ever predictions of a doctor stoppage. I had a knockout, but like I did say, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a doctor stoppage because of the damage he inflicts on his face. If say like Holloway were to survive that knockdown, I mean, dude, he would have been. I'm not sure he would have been able to go out there for another round. But yeah, I mean, it was still crazy. Despite me even predicting it and me actually believing it, it was still crazy to see it happen. Mm-hmm. Like actually see Max Holloway go down and like he got shot to the ground. Like you said, like it was like a bullet hit him and he flew. I mean, it's kind of sad because I'm not a huge Max Holloway fan, but I feel like everybody in their hearts that is an MMA fan at least has a little bit of love for the blessed. But Ilya Arturo is just on a different level right now. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, no, he really is, man. I mean, in my eyes, I don't know about you guys, but that's number one pound. Yeah, that's number one pound for pound.
Whoa.
Over
wait.
No,
my bad.
Now with Islam fan in here too. He's out of
I was only for some reason Islam was not processing.
You were thinking of Pereira only.
Pereira only. I immediately take that back. He's number 2 pound for pound in my eyes. I think he is over Pereira just because of the quality of the competition. I would also take him, and I'm sure you guys would agree. I feel like if you know Glove, you would take Ilya's Fighter of the Year over Alex Pereira. Maybe it's more of a recency bias thing, but in my eyes, a win over 2 of the all-time greats, and DC made this analogy on broadcast afterwards. What Ilia Topuria did would be the equivalent of somebody joining the UFC 4 years ago and beating Daniel Cormier and John Jones within the same year.
No, arguably outside of Jose Aldo, I would say Holloway and Volk are probably number 2 and number 3.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think one of them could even be number 1. Like Volk, I might consider number 1.
You could even consider, I was gonna say even number 1. Like I'm saying, like top 3 goats in their respective division, and he kind of just mopped the floor with. I mean, he wasn't really ever.
Yeah, I wasn't even competitive.
I was gonna say, I mean, Holloway obviously. Some people actually had Holloway winning a round or 2, but like for the most part, I think it was fairly decisive. Until he obviously finished them, that he was just the fighter in control of the pace and the exchanges. I don't know. I would also agree he's probably number 2 pound for pound in my eyes right now, and I would hate for Islam to kind of get some what's the word? I don't know what word I'm looking for. Hate, I guess, just for defending against a 45er again. But I feel like we've got to see that fight.
Slander, brother. No Islam slander.
No. I'm not slandering him. I mean, I don't, like I said, not a fan like you, boss, but got to, I don't know. I would like to see Islam maybe fight another lightweight contender before he defends against a 45er again.
Yeah.
We don't want to just continue. We don't want to start this trend of just throwing the 45er at the 55er after a win or 2. But I think somewhere down the road, I think we need to see Topuria versus Makhachev, whether it's still for pound number 1 or not. I would say the best 2 fighters in the UFC right now.
If I add to that, brother, Holtam, I agree with you, bro. But honestly, bro, like, what's next for Topuria, bro? Like, he knocked out Volk.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't like, okay, a year later, no. A few months later, he knocked out Max Holloway.
Yeah.
No one has even dropped Max Holloway, bro. I want to say there's more fights from him at 45, bro, but like, who's gonna focus him? Aljamain Sterling?
I think the only one is Diego. I think Diego Lopez.
I love Diego, brother. I really do. But dude, come on, bro. Like,
no, I don't think he beats Topuria, but he's just in terms of fresh blood, like you just said. I mean, I think he's the only one that makes sense. Obviously, they're giving Volk the rematch. If they give Volk the rematch, it's just out of respect for what he's done in the division. But I'm going to be completely honest. As a Volk fan, I do not want to see it. That fight is not going to go any different than the first one.
I'm telling you guys, I watched the knockout, and then they panned the camera to Volkanovski and Diego Lopez. And I have never not wanted to see 2 fights less than I did in that moment.
No.
I'm like, the look on their faces, I'm like, you could see the pain in their eyes. Like,
I was going to say, Volk was kind of just covering it up with, he was clapping and like, whoa. Like,
Diego Lopez was straight up like...
Part of me actually thinks Diego Lopez thinks himself he can win, but at the same time...
I'm sure Diego... No, I don't think... Diego,
dude, I just don't... If he doesn't, catch Topuria in the first, minute and a half, dude, how is he possibly going to sit there and trade with him?
He is ginormous.
He is a big boy. That's the only thing that plays to his advantage. Yeah. But that's also what happened with Holloway. Holloway's like what 4 or 5 inches taller, and he just got. I mean, I would say
as much as I've watched Diego Lopez fight, I feel like I haven't watched him fight that much because his fights are over so early. So like,
yeah, we haven't seen a lot of cage time.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen a lot of time of him just in the sport in general. But
but here's my roadmap, guys, and I don't know because I think the UFC, if they had it their way, would want to see Islam versus Mach at some point.
Islam versus Topuria. You said Islam versus Mach. That'd be a great fight, though.
Yes.
Islam versus himself. Hell of a fight.
Anyways, asshole, let's fuck.
I just don't want you to sound like an idiot.
Thanks, bro.
But I also wanted to point out that you sound like an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit. Islam versus Mac. Book it.
You guys done? You guys finished or you done? Finished.
No, you're a boss.
Here's what's gonna happen, bro, and this is me playing matchmaker. Okay, Topuria says he doesn't want to fight in Sydney. I can perfectly understand that. I don't think he should fight in Sydney against Volkanovski. Maybe they do an interim versus Diego Lopez. Maybe not. Islam's going to defend in January. And I don't think there's anybody at lightweight. Maybe the winner of Chandler versus Oliveira, especially if Chandler were to win, I'm sure the UFC would want to give him
Chandler wins, and I think they give him they do it, but yeah.
Either way. What I got circled on my calendar is I think somehow either Islam defends against Arman and one other person, or he just defends that once that year, and then we see him in November at MSG. And then in the meantime, Ilya beats Volkanovski again. He's going to fucking squash Volkanovski. I have no doubt in my mind he's going to beat him even faster than they did the last time.
Faster or more. It's either going to be faster or it's going to be more brutal. It's going to be just as brutal as the first time.
And maybe we get Diego Lopez in between all that. Maybe. Unless, which Diego Lopez suggested today on the MMA Hour, that they do an interim title fight between himself and Volkanovski first, and at which point then Topuria just has to fight the winner of that fight. Wouldn't be opposed to that either. But either way, I think somehow, some way, November, MSG 2025... Makhachev versus Topuria.
Dude. Aura versus Aura right there.
Tell me that's not the fight.
That's the greatest fight of all time, in my opinion. I don't know about what you guys think.
It's
That'd
up
be the
there.
greatest fight ever, skill-wise. That's Conor versus Khabib, too.
And I agree, especially if both of them pick up another finish, like another title defense or two before it happens.
And they're building it. They're building it now.
Yeah.
With, like the shit talking Topuria's been doing towards Islam, and he gets the other Nurmagomedovs involved as well. He knows what he's doing. He's planting the seed. And now it's just up to him to water. You know what I mean?
Well, let's not get carried away. Let's not start glazing again. But dude, Topuria, he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he's doing. He's sick. He's sick. Topuria's sick.
Yeah, marketing machine. That guy.
He is. He's sick.
And he's fuck.
All right, but I do want to say before that, so Holloway's. He said he wants to go up to 55 now. Who do we think where do you start Max Holloway in terms of like? You can give him a big name fight. Like, are they going to give him a highly ranked lightweight? They're going to give him like somebody maybe just below like the top. Like, what do we think? I think an exciting fight.
BMF, book it.
Yeah, who?
Dustin Poirier, DP.
Yeah, Poirier tweeted on Twitter he wants Topuria or Holloway. I don't even know how that would work with him fighting Topuria. That's not going to happen. Him versus Max makes. I mean, even though he's 2-0 on Max. Mm-hmm. It would just be a fun fight, especially if it's the send-off for Poirier. Yeah. It would be a good fight for Poirier to end his career on.
Poirier got 2 in him. At this
Poirier's got more than 2. He just doesn't want to. No, and it makes sense.
No, I'm saying, like, I can guarantee you he does too.
You think so?
I hope. Next fight, he's going to win his next fight, obviously.
He's not losing 2 in a row.
He's not losing 2 in a row. So then at that point, he's going to be like, well, let me stick around. Maybe another title shot will fall in my lap. Either way. What do I think for Holloway next?
I also would like to see him fight Oliveira again because their first fight was at 45, but it also ended in a pretty unfortunate way.
I would like that as well, man. I mean, him versus
it's a banger.
Because like
it's a banger, PJ.
Does Oliveira beats Chandler? Like, yeah, you could give him the title fight after against the winner of Arman versus Islam, but I mean,
you can give Max Dan Hooker as well.
You could give Max Dan Hooker. I think something that's worth mentioning, and this was mentioned on the Pound for Pound podcast. Usman brought it up himself. What are we thinking about? And again, maybe we're living in Neverland here.
I know what you're saying.
What are we thinking about Conor versus Topuria at 155? Dude, is there any possibility? / would you guys even want to see it?
Like a 2% chance.
Would you want to see it? Would you want to see it?
I mean, I want to see Conor get in the cage, so yeah. I want to see it. But it's like, what are we fighting for? Unless if Topuria was the BMF holder and they were fighting for BMF, that honestly makes sense. But we're just gonna have Ilya fight a 155-pound fight for no, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I get where they're coming from, that they want, like, Conor, obviously the greatest superstar in the history of the sport, history of the promotion, versus the guy who probably, arguably, has the best chance to do anywhat close to what he did in terms of impact, but I don't think it makes sense. I also, as obviously I love Conor, I don't even want to see him just get absolutely butchered by Topuria. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. Maybe prime 45 Conor that beat Aldo gives him a fight, but dude, Topuria is just...
You think it beats him that badly? What do you think, Omar? You think there's any chance we see it?
I mean, would I like to see it? I mean, any person who really watches UFC like that would love to see it, bro, but it's never happening. He's never going to make 155, bro.
No, he's not.
Conor right now, he doesn't need to fight, bro. He's a billionaire. He fucking has some ownership in BKFC, bro. He's a promoter, bro. You guys see how he looks nowadays, bro? Like, bald, fucking big face, buff as hell. Like, bro, he's a different guy now, bro. Like,
yeah.
Sadly, he made his mark in the sport, brother. Like, there's nothing left for him to do, bro. He doesn't have to fight Ilia Topuria, bro. And let's be honest, bro. If he fights Ilia Topuria is gonna knock him the fuck out. Like, it's we know what's gonna happen, bro. Like,
guys,
he put out Volk. He put out fucking Holloway, bro. Honestly, bro, I would love to see him fight, Diego Lopez and stuff like that. And even with I don't know if it was Roman or UPJ, the interim Volk versus Diego. I'd like that, bro, and then fight the winner. But it's like, bro, I want to see Ilia in Islam, bro. That's what I want to see, bro. The only person who can beat Ilia, in my opinion, bro, is honestly fucking Islam, bro. Like, I need to see that, bro. Somebody has to get back for Volk and Max, bro, because the pain that put me through the past few days, bro, is just it's just immeasurable, bro. Like, that shit hurt, bro.
Yeah.
And even when Volk got knocked out, that shit hurt, bro. Like, it's like, when after a fight you just feel like, fuck, this is the wrong timeline. Like I just feel like that's what it's been for me, bro. The past few pay-per-views, bro, have just been depressing, bro. UFC, like, start of the year was cool, bro. It's like the past few have just been depressing, bro. What was it? 306, 307. Like, bro, everything, bro.
I hear a lot of people saying this, man. Like, I hear a lot of people talking about how sad they were about Volkanovski and Holloway. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a Topuria. I guess it's because I'm a Topuria fan. But personally, I just don't feel as connected to those guys. Like,
I'm not a massive Max Holloway fan. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think he's sick and he's great for the sport.
Yeah.
There are people that, like, obviously just absolutely love him. I'm not one of those guys, but it still hurts. I do love Volk, and that definitely hurt. But like we said, we had predicted from, like, Topuria's third or fourth fight in the UFC that he was going to be champion. So it was cool to see our prediction be right.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe that's why that Volk fight didn't hurt as bad, but it definitely hurt a little bit. And, like, Volk and Max are just both so like they don't really have any hate. I'm trying to think, like, is there any reason to even hate Volk or Max? Like, not really.
Volk
So
is short.
seeing those dudes go out sucks, but hey, we're in a new time.
So no Conor versus Topuria. We're out on that.
I mean, the Max always got a shot. The Max got a shot on the feet, but I don't favor him. He's got a puncher's chance, but I don't. It's not going to happen, and I don't know.
Okay. Well, sorry. I had to just visit that real quick.
No,
if
fair.
we don't talk about Conor once a week, we don't get paid. Okay. So Max Holloway, 155. I like the new division for him. Topuria.
There's a bunch of fight. There's like a whole new. It's like a whole new career for Holloway now at 155.
He's only 32 as well.
Yeah.
So, like, I think he probably. I would imagine. I think at some point, sometime, maybe he fights for an undisputed championship at 155.
He could. I mean, it's got to be. Islam's got to be out of that division if he's going to fight.
He's not going to win it. If Islam's champion,
he could win. Like, at 155, who would you put up against where you're like, he has zero chance of winning, besides Islam?
I'm saying he's not going to win the belt.
Okay, but I'm saying, like, and realistically, he's not going to, but which one of these guys besides Islam would you be like, he's got zero chance
I think he beats most of them. I think he beats Michael Chandler. I think he beats Dan Hooker. Him versus DP's a coin flip. We already saw Gaethje. I think he could beat Oliveira.
Sarukian's probably the toughest one.
Yeah,
but he's got good takedown defense. I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely exciting, though, because it feels like, he's just going to start a whole new chapter. Obviously, the last one ended kind of sucky for him and his fans, but, I mean, hey, he's fun.
What do you think about the chin? Are you guys concerned about that at all? You think it's like the cracking of the Liberty Bell? You think
a little bit. It's definitely humbling. I mean, I think his response was pretty sick. He said this isn't a funeral. He'll be back. like fighting at 55 though. He'll save 10 pounds of weight cut, which will definitely help the chin. That's already pretty much granite. I don't know if anyone's invincible against Topuria. I think you put anybody up there, they're pretty much in the threat of getting absolutely flatlined. So
he's fucking good, man. He is fucking good. Like,
let's not get back on this.
I'm
dude.
sorry.
We could talk about it all day.
yeah.
He's gonna be top 3. This might be a hot take. I think he's gonna be top 3 all time when it's all said and done, bro.
Top 3
just with how good his boxing is, bro, and he has a ground game, and bro, just how easy that fucking. I mean, I know it's Max Holloway. He's not gonna has the best takedown defense, but bro, it was easy takedown, bro. Like,
it was.
Just I don't know, bro.
It
could be a hot take. I know you guys might not agree with me, bro, but I feel as though he's gonna be top 3, top 5. Bro.
Oh, you're talking
when it's
to
all
the...
said and done, bro. I feel as though
All time, you're saying, or like in the featherweight division?
I think. Well, he's already number 1. He's already to me the GOAT of featherweight. I know that you guys probably won't agree with me, bro, but come on.
I think he needs to if he defends like 2 more times.
Bro, he knocked out Max and Volk, bro.
Yeah, he did.
You can certainly make the argument.
Volk ran the division. Max ran the division for a little while, bro. He put them to sleep. Not no T. Well, okay. Let me not say Max. Max was a TKO, right? But come on, bro. Like,
no, Max was dead.
Max was pretty much as good as
Max was a dead body. He was defenseless.
There's the picture. Bro. There's that picture of like Topuria like in the center of the octagon when he does the whole and Holloway's was just sitting there dead. Yeah. No,
Goddard's trying to fucking breathe life into him.
I do think, and I agree, and I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but I think Topuria will finish out as like the best 45er of all time when he's done.
It's really, I think, just a matter of if he can break into that top 5 all time. It's just
if he beats Islam,
that's how that Islam fights turns out. If it comes to fruition, and I think we all got to start manifesting it now as an MMA community.
Yeah.
No, we don't. No, we do not. Power of Allah will never let it happen, brother. Come on.
Mashallah. Anyways, you're scared. You're scared that about Topuria versus Islam.
Dude, he could put on anybody, bro. Fuck yeah. I'm definitely frightened, bro, because, I mean, if Islam wants to, I don't know, like with Islam and DP, I feel like Islam proved a lot, bro. Islam, it was a war, bro, and I don't know, bro, like, I'm not saying Islam's stock dropped his last fight, bro. I wouldn't say that, bro.
No, I think it still went up.
Yeah.
Dustin was doing a very good job at stuffing them takedowns like round 3, round 4, bro. Like, I was surprised, bro. I did not expect it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we could get to obviously round 1. It was like, for me, peace, double leg, take you down. I'm gonna have your back the whole round, right? But I don't know, bro. I mean, I feel as though if they fight, I don't think Islam will be stupid enough to stand with him for an extended period of time.
I was going to say.
He can knock out anybody, bro. I definitely think we'll have a different game plan. I definitely believe Khabib will be in the corner if he fights. Khabib only pops up for the important fight. So Khabib will definitely be there if he fights Topuria. But, yeah, bro, I'm scared for that, bro, because Topuria has fucking... Dude, and at 155, bro, you guys seen what he did to Jai Herbert? Come on, bro. Like...
Yeah.
Dude, he put Jai Herbert. Jai Herbert was dead, bro. It was worse than the Volk one, bro.
Yeah, the only thing
overhand night, bro.
Yeah.
Like his fucking eyes were rolling in the back of his head, bro. Yeah, I'm scared for that fight, Roman. But who do you guys think will win that fight at 155?
I still think here's the thing. The only thing that worries me is the fact that Islam's just a way bigger human being than Islam. That's the only, or than Topuria. That's the only reason why. I think I would have to, not heavily lean, but I would be pretty confident in saying Islam wins. Now, would I sit here and be absolutely appalled? Well, yes, I actually would. If I ever see Islam Makhachev get knocked unconscious, I would actually probably lose my mind. Not in terms of how happy I'd be, just in terms of, like, absolute shock. But I think if we're talking the guys in 45 and 55, who's got the best chance at doing it, it's easily Ilya. So, I don't know. It's a fight that is super appetizing, but let's be real, it could be a boring one. Like, Islam could literally just bull charge and take him down, similar to, like, not like Hamza, but you know what I'm saying? He could I wouldn't be surprised if Islam went in there and made it look easy, because that's just who he is. But it's still a fight that we need to see happen just in case Topuria somehow has some magic. I don't even know. I'm trying to, like, imagine a scenario where
I think
Islam's flatlined, but I just can't.
I don't know. Again, I think we're still obviously we could be waiting until 2026 potentially to see this.
Yeah.
You know?
I just hope it happens. I hope these guys. I'm gonna be rooting for, unless Makhachev fights Oliveira.
Or Bilal loses and Makhachev moves up like he says he wants to do.
I was just about to say that, brother.
But he could fight Bilal, beat Bilal, and then go back down and fight Topuria for number one.
I don't think he would. He says I don't think Bilal says he wouldn't fight Makhachev. I think it's a matter of Shavkat getting the title and.
Yeah.
Well, you want to talk about super fight Islam versus Shavkat? That's a whole other thing. That's. I mean, the same reasons why I think where you were saying you would favor Islam versus no.
I would still favor Islam.
I would favor
Shavkat,
Islam. I would favor Islam over Shavkat.
I don't think there's a guy except for maybe.
He's gonna have no strength advantage, bro. He's gonna be pretty decent, bro.
Yeah.
Shavkat's strong as shit. You guys remember when he did the Jeff Neal, bro?
Yeah,
he did. He did
little bro him like
Yeah.
say uncle. I don't know if you see that. But say uncle.
No, he did.
Bro, like,
I just can't.
crazy,
I mean,
bro.
I just can't see. I don't know. I can't see Islam losing.
He's not doing that to Islam, but you know, Shavkat's a strong guy, bro. He's a strong motherfucker. Bro.
I would like to see like the scenario.
First,
I think here's the thing with the Dagestani fight, like just in terms of Khabib and Islam, they're always the bigger guy heading into the fight. It'd be just interesting to see Islam as like actually like the smaller, and who I don't even know in terms of weight what they actually walk around at. Islam might still be bigger than him, who knows, but. Shavkat's a big dude, so that fight's obviously also appetizing. I don't know. Islam, he's a superstar, whether people like him or not. He's got a lot of fights. That dude, why did that little point, dude? You got that Islam point down pat. Holy shit!
I gotta quit, brother.
That was good. No, but before every fight, when he gets announced, Islam does that little point, dude. That you just did exactly that.
That's my guy, bro. That's my dog,
shit.
UFC's in a great place. I just tweeted on Twitter today because I was bored at work. I literally just said like, who? I was bored. I was like, Topuria, Makhachev, Chimaev, Aspinall. I didn't include Pereira in there.
Yeah.
I said those four
talents. Yeah.
Who in their respective divisions is going to beat those four dudes? Like, I just don't. I don't see anybody beating those four guys. You can include Pereira, but honestly, I think Magomed actually has a really good chance to be. Yeah, he is beatable. As unbeatable as he's looked, he's beatable, or I should say, more beatable than the four guys I just mentioned.
There's not anybody off the top of my head who I think can beat any of them. But guys, there is fights going on this weekend.
We can run that real quick.
We can run that.
UFC Edmonton, boys.
It's actually, in terms of for a fight night, there's actually some decent names spread out throughout the card. You know,
we're not. Yeah.
I mean, we can. I don't know if we don't have to give predictions for. I would say we just give predictions for the last couple fights. But I mean, there's guys. We have like Jack Shore. He was a big prospect for a while. Charles Jourdain, even though he just got destroyed by Gene Silva.
Yeah.
Who else? Pedro Munoz. You know, he's good for a sleeper fight.
Where the hell is Pedro Munoz at?
That's your boy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there he is fighting some guy. Mike Malott trying to get back in the win column.
Bro, the biggest sell of 2020. Was that 2023?
I couldn't believe that shit, bro. I don't know how Magny beat him. Well, I know how, but I can't believe that shit.
Because Magny can't lose twice in a row. We need to see Poirier and Magny, impossible challenge. Lose 2 in a row.
Gatekeepers, brother.
They are. But dude, Derek Lewis. Obviously, he's just a fan favorite. Dude, I love Derek. I just get excited for Derek Lewis fights just because you can always see some crazy ass highlight reel KO. I freaking love Derek Lewis. I hope he knocks the guy out in the first round.
Fighting? He's fighting some guy who's undefeated.
Jonata Diniz, some Brazilian heavyweight.
He's fought twice in the UFC. He's 2-0. Last fight decision.
He fought Carl Williams, bro. He's fighting cans, though. He's fighting cans.
Yeah. Oh, he knocked out Austin Lane. Austin Lane sucks.
Maybe we'll get our annual. Oh yeah, he overhand right to ground and pound punches. Did I watch that?
Versus who?
Versus Rodrigo Nascimento.
Nascimento. Yeah, that was at what fight night was that?
There's no way I watched this.
Buckley and that one tall guy. Buckley and
not Tom.
It was Joaquin Buckley in St. Louis. I remember. I don't know the other guy he fought though. It was that fight night.
Oh, you might be.
I like Buckley too. He fought. It was a fight that
was. Nursultan Ruzabiev.
Yeah. Okay. Nursultan or whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but no, Derek Lewis. That was fun. So either Derek Lewis is either gonna get brutally finished or he will finish that. But
the guy looks lame.
An actual, in my opinion, I think a good co-main. Obviously, it's not probably maybe not super fireworks, but in terms of like implications for the division, I would say Aaron Blanchfield versus Rose Namajunas is a pretty solid fight. It could definitely be a main event at a fight night, so it being the co-main is pretty cool.
Both have suffered their last losses to Manon Fiorot.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
She's a fucking beast, bro.
Fiorot's
on the feet, bro.
Yeah. What'd you say she was?
Said she's just the battle of Fiorot's daughters right there.
Oh, okay. I just said Fiorot's butters. I was like, what?
What? Who do you guys? I'm Jamie Carey's. Who do you guys favor in this fight between Blanchfield and Thug Rose?
I mean, Dougie's so undersized. I feel for that division still.
She is, but she's tall. She's taller than Blanchfield. She's not probably as
thick around the hips.
Probably not.
How
but
tall is she? Is she like what 5'4"? Because I know Aaron Blanchfield's not particularly 5'4"?
Blanchfield's 5'4". Thug Rose is 5'5". But she's lengthy though, Thug Rose. So I'm kind of favoring Blanchfield a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised because Thug Rose is she's well rounded. She's
been active.
A bit boring. I would say sometimes Thug Rose, especially her last fight with Esparza, but I'm not going to count her out, but I'm kind of leaning towards Blanchfield just because she's way younger. What do you think, pal?
You
don't even know or care. You have no idea.
Yeah, I was going to say, the first question you should have asked me is, do I care? And the answer would be no. Whoever wins, good for them. If I had to lean, let's go younger fighter. Let's go Aaron Blanchfield.
The main event,
you guys are counting out Thuggy guys.
No, I just
your women's MMA knowledge here.
I said I'm not,
bro.
I'm not counting out Thug Rose. If I had to lean one way, I favor Blanchfield a little bit more.
If you did an IQ test of my men's versus women's MMA, I would it would be a stark difference.
Yeah.
Stark. I could probably name you the top 5 of just about any weight class in men's.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you who the top 3 is in every single.
In all 3 women's divisions.
Yeah, no.
There's also less of them. But anyways, enough about them. Main event, a guy you like pretty much. You're pretty sure you're a big fan of that guy.
Yeah.
Brandon Moreno, his first fight back after, in my opinion, definitely a stinker of a fight versus Brandon Royval.
Did you see the shorts they gave him?
Yeah, those were sick.
Clean.
Those were clean. Yes.
You guys want a picture of it? Put it right here.
It's fresh.
But Albazi hasn't fought since last June. It's been a long layoff for him. I don't know why. I mean, he got a split decision victory that I don't think he deserved against Kai Kara. So
fucking robbery.
It was probably a robbery. So I would assume most of the if not all the UFC fandom is going to be rooting for Moreno in this one, including myself.
Interesting to see Moreno's actually the younger fighter going into this one.
It's crazy that he's lost 3 of his last 5 too. It feels like he's just.
Why'd you have to mention that?
He's only fought killers though, PJ.
No, he has.
He's only fought
Davison.
He's only fought Figueiredo his whole career, pretty much. So.
Yeah, dude. I mean, literally the prime of his career.
Kind of sucks that they wasted 4. Those 2 were in the prime at 125, and they had to fight each other 4 times.
Back to back,
dude.
Bro,
imagine how dude.
I get sick, bro. For 2 years straight, you're just thinking about fighting this one dude.
I was just more. Wasn't it longer than that, dude? 3 years. They went from December of 2020 all the way to January of 2023.
Yeah, so just over 2 years.
So yeah, just over 2 years. I mean, dude, imagine just preparing and going to sleep for every night for 2 years, thinking dude, I gotta fight this guy.
Yeah,
same dude over and over
again. And one time you drawed, and one time you won, and one time you lost.
I mean, I guess at least they got the Kai Kara France mixed in before the 4th fight with them too. But still,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did too, to be honest. It was
nice
so long
liver
ago.
kick, from what I remember.
That was a great liver kick.
But I'm not gonna lie, guys. I haven't watched a whole lot on Albazi. I watched his last fight versus Kai Kara, which I think he lost. I know he's a wrestler heavy type of fighter. Brandon Moreno mixes it up just about as well as anybody in the division. Lost a close split decision to Pantoja. I do think he did lose the fight as much as I wanted him to win it. I didn't even watch his fight to Brandon Royval. I know that there were people saying that he possibly won that one too.
I don't think he won that one, to be honest.
But yeah,
you watched the fight, PJ?
Yeah, I remember. I was in school for that when I watched that one in my apartment. It was. it was a weird fight because I feel like Moreno, I don't know if he was injured or what, but he looked so hesitant in that fight. I don't know. There was something off about Moreno. I tweeted it during the fight as well. I think on our podcast page, like something was just off with Moreno that night.
Our podcast page. What is our podcast page on Twitter again?
Pod Split DEC.
Yeah, Pod Split DEC. Go give us a follow. And on Instagram at the Split Decision.
I try and stay active. You know, obviously got more than just this going on, but I during fight night specifically, I try and stay active.
I see you.
Just to try and banter with some people that piss me off, but I don't do it too often.
You can't.
I'll be seeing you, bro. I saw fucking PJ on some random thread defending. I think he was talking shit about Jamal Hill, and I think you commented on Jamal Hill's thing, and you were like, "You're not beating this guy" or something like that. And there was a bunch of people.
Was it on my main page?
It was like You said what?
Was it on my actual personal page or on the pot?
I think it was your personal page, bro. And it was like a thread, and you responded like 30-something times. It was like 30-something comments. I don't know if you responded that many times, bro. But
no.
Like, damn, PJ's not letting this one go.
No, I know what you're talking about. It was when oh my god, I know what post exactly it was too. It was a video of him like with a camera like right in his face, and he just like was talking. I don't know who he was talking about. It was probably Pereira, is my guess. Mm-hmm. And I commented something, and like everybody kept responding to me, and like I didn't respond more than like 3 times. Usually, what I do, I'll respond, I'll say what I have to say, and then I just delete it because if you don't delete it, you get every notification.
Yeah.
When like other people started fighting in the chat with each other on the comment that I made. And I was getting notification after notification, so I'm like, dude, I just deleted it right after. But I do definitely beef. I beef quite frequently.
I fucking hate beefing on Twitter.
It's so annoying and so infuriating.
It's like you don't want to lose the argument. You don't want to give the person the satisfaction of winning.
That's why sometimes I just say what I gotta say, let them see it, and delete it so they can't respond again.
But
gotta respect it, man. Gotta respect it.
Yeah, I mean, it's flyweight. It's the two top guys in flyweight. I'm expecting a good fight between these two. Hopefully.
I got Moreno UD.
I'm gonna take Moreno too. I don't think I've ever bet against him in my life, so we're gonna keep that train rolling.
Yeah.
Omar, I don't know how you feeling.
So I did some research before the pod. I feel as though I don't know. Like you said, he's Amir Abazi's a wrestle heavy guy. But I mean, I looked at his recent fights, bro. I don't see like a crazy number of takedowns. You know, most wrestlers, at least if they fight some random striker or whatever, they have like 4 takedowns, 5 takedowns, UD win. But I didn't see that, bro. I don't know if you could check right now, Roman, but like I don't see a crazy number of like.
Yeah, no, he's very well rounded.
Nobody, bro, and I don't even think he got down Kai Kara. You can check right now, but maybe one time. I don't even think he got down Kai Kara France.
Yeah, if he did, it was only a few times.
But I can recall him shooting a bunch of them though. But let me double check.
No, but he didn't.
Yeah, bro, I didn't see a crazy number.
No, he was 1 for 9 against Kai Kara.
Yeah, I remember him shooting them.
It's just the threat of the takedown that definitely plays in his favor. But yeah.
I'd probably go Moreno UD with you guys. Maybe a split. You know, it's 5 rounds. You never know.
Yeah, Moreno's last 2 have been split.
But
yeah.
I don't know, bro. I can't bet against Moreno, bro. Like I had money on Moreno versus Royval, bro, and I had money on because that was UFC Mexico City. I had money on Yair and money on fucking Moreno, bro, and they disappointed the hell out of me, brother. I just don't see him losing. I mean, I feel like he's only fought elite competition. Like Roman said, he's fought Figgy 4 times, and then he had to fight Pantoja, and it was a good fight, bro. Like I'm not saying that, you know what I mean. He just got whooped on. You know, that was the 290, wasn't it? That was the Volkan Yair card. It was a good fight, bro. It wasn't like he just got hold. You know, it was just the wrestling of Pantoja that was too much for Moreno, but. Yeah, bro, he's fought straight killers, bro. Pantoja, Royval, Figgy. Like, he's only lost to elite competition. And before Kai Kara, you can probably look it up, Roman. Amir Albazi fought fucking cans, bro. So
he hasn't fought anybody great.
I'm gonna go Moreno.
He fought Davison Figueiredo's little brother. I saw that. He fought Alessandro Costa. Nothing like. He really, this is like his first outside of Kai Kara. Obviously, this is his biggest fight to date, obviously. But yeah, the fights before haven't really been anything.
Zuma Gulab was supposed to be.
But that just kind of, unfortunately, that guy's got the goofy hair.
Didn't he retire?
Probably. Who knows? But that's it's a shame because I feel like we always say it like the flyweight fights, they never disappoint because they're just so high level. They're quick. They're all so quick, but they don't have the power to knock each other out. Yeah. So they're always just banger fights. And I think I'm pretty excited for this one, as long as we don't see. Then again, Moreno's got elite wrestling himself, so I think the wrestling might neutralize. We might just see a stand-up fight.
Yeah,
we'll see. Well,
let me say this: we have officially broken the Split Decision podcast record for the longest episode. But we're on episode 50. We're doing it big.
I was gonna say it's 50, and we had a bit to talk about. I mean, have a guest, so it's.
I'm not
you guys, man.
I'm not knocking it whatsoever. It's just crazy to actually look up and be like, oh shit, we've been talking.
Hour 30.
Hour 30 is crazy.
It's been an hour 30.
It's been an hour 30. Time flies when you're having fun. It's all right. I'm sure I'm gonna check my phone. I got no hoes hitting my line right now. So I'm not missing shit. Yeah. But yeah, man. So we're all gonna lean Moreno. We'll see how it ends up playing out. Hey, props to you if you're a soldier who made it this far. But and I don't know, any closing remarks, Omar? Anything you want to share with the fans? This is the biggest audience, the biggest platform you've ever been on. So
share audience with fans. Well, first and foremost, I just want to take some time again to say thank you to you guys. I appreciate you guys letting me on the podcast and sharing my thoughts. I'm not as prestigious in the knowledge of UFC as you guys, but I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get more knowledge every day. But like I said, man, I appreciate y'all, man. And if I do want to add one thing, I wanted to say this some time back, but you guys were talking. I didn't want to interrupt you guys, But what do you guys think is next for Rob? Maybe like a Kyle Barrow type fight.
We did brush over him pretty quickly. Yeah. I mean, he's in a weird spot now too.
Rob, right? Like he's a legend, man.
Yeah, we did skip over. I mean, we were too busy just
glazing
Hamza once again.
Wanted.
I don't know. Yeah, the thing is, he's kind of just fought all the legitimate dudes at 85. It's I don't know. Barallo could be a good one, but at the same time, you might argue that like Barallo is like more in the title picture than Rob at this point, just because Rob's already been champ. He's lost to the I don't know. Could fight like I don't even know who he hasn't fought. Like freaking
Brendan Allen,
Jared Cannonier. Allen's not a terrible one. Yeah. That's kind of a boring fight.
Tough.
Hell no, Allen can't get that fight, bro. Maybe Imavov, Nasruddin.
That's not,
Imavov's coming off a win. I feel like he's not going to want to fight Rob coming off a loss.
Yeah, he might not want to, but I mean...
but he might have to.
I was going to say, he might have to.
Mm-hmm. It's tough for Rob because it's like you were saying, he's fought pretty much... I mean, has he fought everyone up to this point? He's fought Strickland. No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't fought Strickland.
He's fought Duplessis. He's fought Izzy. He's fought Hamzat. Vittori, Cannonier... Costa.
No, he hasn't fought Cannonier, or has he?
He fought Cannonier way.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, way back.
I don't even remember that fight. I must not have watched.
He dropped him with a head kick and ended up going the full distance, from what I remember.
Let me see.
But yeah, I mean, he's fought killers, man, and unfortunately, it's like, how bad does he want it? Really, at this point, I don't know how old he is. I accidentally clicked on Hamzat.
Rob's 33.
Rob's 33. I don't know. You feel for Rob because it's like you wouldn't imagine, right, that there's a title in his future, but you also can't imagine like a future at 205 pounds or 100.
He's too small for 205.
And I don't think he ever plans on cutting down to 170. So it's like he's pretty much just stuck now. It's like the eternal gatekeeper. Remember like Red Skull from Avengers? Like who had to defend the Soul Stone? That's Rob. He's just stuck for eternity, protecting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Protecting the Soul Stone.
Barallo might make sense just because Imavov might get a bigger fight, and that would really put Kyle Barallo up to almost like a superstar level. That might make sense, to be honest. I don't hate that. Despite him coming off a loss and Barallo on like a whatever win streak he's on.
Yeah. No, I mean, what do you think, Omar? Who you got any plans for Rob?
For Rob, I mean, I did throw out Kyle, but I mean, I like Kyle. I like the whole fighting nerds, thing they got going on. I like all those guys, bro. But I think Nasruddin should probably get it. I mean, I know what rank is Imavov? 6, 7?
5.
5? I mean, I get he would want to fight Rob off a loss, but what is Rob ranked? Where is he? 4 now? I mean, it's
he's 4.
You beat Rob, like, because what's left? I mean, Sean's going to get the next title shot, and after that's Hamzat. I mean, maybe wait to fight Sean again, but does he really want to fight Sean Strickland again? I don't think so.
He hasn't fought Sean Strickland before. I misspoke.
He hasn't fought Sean?
No, surprisingly, he hasn't. He's never fought Sean.
Are you sure?
I swear on everything, bro. I swear on everything.
Yeah, Whitaker. Whitaker hasn't fought. He hasn't fought Strickland yet, but I mean that is a fight that'd be quite an interesting fight. If Sean Strickland were to lose, that would give Robert Whitaker hope again.
Wait, brother, he did fight. He did fight Strickland. He fought him at a fight night, brother. He fought him on
when a while. It has to be.
Yeah, January 2023.
What?
They fought, bro. Strickland fucking he handled buddy for sure.
What are you talking about? What are you looking at? We thinking about the same guy?
Nasruddin Imavov fought Sean Strickland.
I thought we were talking about fucking Whitaker still.
I thought you were talking about Whitaker,
bad, bro.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I'm thinking, bro. My bad, bro.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're good.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, I definitely would remember that fight.
For a second, bro. My bad.
I was like, was it years and years ago? No, you're cool.
No.
Yeah, Imavov has fought Strickland. Strickland handled him on short notice. That fight was at 205 pounds because it was on short notice, but either way.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I know he has said that he wants that fight. He said he would choose that fight over the title fight if I'm not incorrect on that.
Who, Nasruddin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did say he wants that fight back.
What a loser. Anyways.
He had 5-round cardio, though. He got gas versus Allen. That was, what, 3?
Yeah. I mean, Allen looked gassed versus Imavov, too. I can say that.
Both those dudes were just...
Allen, I'm so mad that we even gave him a glimpse, like an even sliver of hype. I think Allen sucks.
That first round, I was like, damn, I didn't expect Allen to just take down. He controlled them.
Yeah, he did.
Was it a body lock to a takedown? I don't remember.
It was something like that. He surprised me in the first round. I was like, oh, he actually might be in the top 5.
He fucking sold me, bro. I had him over 1.5 takedowns, bro. And he after that great first round, he told me you can't get one more in 10 minutes.
Gassed himself out.
Oh, fuck him.
Yeah, bro.
All right, guys. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. I've been up since like 6 in the morning.
9:10.
I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
man.
no, thank you as well for coming on.
You're our first guest in the new studio, so
it's always exciting.
Yes, the new studio.
Yes,
I appreciate that. Man.
It's always exciting to find somebody else that.
Yeah,
it's always exciting to find somebody else who knows glove, as Roman has been saying.
He knows
no ball, no glove.
Yeah. You gotta know your glove, bro. And, give yourself some credit, bro. You're over here talking to me and PJ like we're experts and shit. There's some stuff you were saying where I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck that guy is. But
I appreciate that,
I'm like, UFC 290? I'm like, that sounds right. It sounds like it was UFC 290, so I believe you. But yeah, no, good stuff today. Way to stick with it. Make sure you guys give us a follow on the Instagram. Omar, we'll be sure to tag you. I don't know if you want to plug your Instagram real quick. I don't know what it is.
That's all good, bro. Just, no plug is needed. If they want to find me, they'll find me.
To millions and millions out there that stuck around. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you tune in next week when we talk about the results of this card. But, thank you guys for sticking around as always, and we will talk to you guys later.